From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Thursday, November 13th. It is going to be another beautiful day ahead. It's not too chilly now, but as the day goes on, things are going to really warm up. High will be around 57 degrees, mostly sunny outside, and way less windy. The federal government is open this morning. Late last night, President Trump signed the Senate's compromise bill to fund the government through January 30th after the House passed it. Amy Kiley reports on what happens now.
The reopening of the government is having real-world impacts on Americans today. More services are becoming available again with the return of furloughed federal employees. They're set to get back pay, and some experts predict an economic rebound.
Even though it gets made up in the measured GDP data, the real human impact is never fully recovered.
For people on Obamacare, the reopening could mean their health insurance costs will more than double. The bill does not guarantee an extension of expiring subsidies. Democrats vow to keep fighting.
Either Republicans finally decide to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits this year, or the American people will throw Republicans out of their jobs next year.
The House Speaker says he wants program reforms first.
Am I going to guarantee a vote on ACA unreformed COVID-era subsidies that is just a boondoggle to insurance companies and robs the taxpayer? We got a lot of work to do on that.
It's unclear when flight schedules will return to normal, but SNAP benefits should be available again soon.
Food should not be up for a bargain. Everyone should have the right to eat.
For many programs, the bill provides funding through January. The president is urging Senate Republicans to reduce Democrats' power in the chamber before then.
If we had the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again.
I'm Amy Kiley for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Indiana lawmakers are reacting to last night's vote to end the shutdown. They split along party lines in the measure, with Republicans voting for the spending bill and Democrats against it. News 8 spoke with Republican Congressman Marlin Stutzman, who represents northeastern Indiana. He blamed Democrats and their focus on health care for what he called an unnecessary shutdown.
That's the thing. Democrats want to subsidize insurance companies to reduce the premiums. I think it's more important that we send any subsidy to the American people and let the American people decide what they want to do with those funds.
In a post on X, Northern Indiana Congressman Frank Mervan referenced a recent deal President Trump made with Argentina's president. Mervan said in part, "I remain deeply disappointed that the Republican majority refused to extend the health care tax credits as part of this negotiation that so many small business owners and working families rely on, even as they allow the Trump administration to direct $40 billion in federal funds to support Argentina's economy." New on Daybreak, House Speaker Mike Johnson says the House will vote next week on a discharge petition that could force the Justice Department to release all of its files on sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The House Oversight Committee released 23,000 pages of emails and documents that Epstein's estate gave to lawmakers, including emails in which Epstein mentions President Trump. Epstein was in custody on charges related to trafficking underage girls when he took his own life in prison in 2019. In one email, Epstein wrote to a journalist that Trump, quote, knew about the girls, although it is not clear what Epstein meant.
We have been for maximum transparency of the Epstein files from the very beginning. What I was opposed to is the reckless disregard that was used in drafting the discharge petition.
With my signing, we move one step closer to the truth that they will try to deny, but that survivors deserve their day of justice.
Newly elected Representative Aldahida Grijalva was the 218th signature on the discharge petition to force the House to vote on the Epstein petition. Speaker Johnson waited until yesterday to swear her in. She won a special election for her seat back in September. Here in Indiana, there's no word yet on whether a semi-driver will face charges after his truck hit and killed a Delaware County Sheriff's deputy. As we first told you yesterday on Daybreak, the semi hit Corporal Blake Reynolds yesterday morning on I-69 north of Yorktown. State police say Reynolds had stopped to help a disabled semi that was partially blocking one lane of the interstate. Investigators say the truck driver that hit the deputy was flown to a hospital in Indianapolis for treatment. Law enforcement, friends, and others in the community are honoring the life and memory of of Corporal Reynolds, News 8's Kat Sandoval went to a memorial outside the sheriff's office.
We're standing at the memorial for Sheriff Deputy Blake Reynolds. People have braved the cold to lay flowers and flags to honor the man who gave back to his community.
He's somebody that would go out and do anything for you. He loved doing things for people, always put everybody else first. If you needed help, he's right there.
Tori Pierce and his wife Renee says they've known Reynolds for years. He used to work at Helping Hands and spend time with their autistic twins. He's become part of their family. And when they heard about the news,
oh yeah, my heart broke.
Renee says they followed Reynolds as he moved up in his career.
This is his dream job. This is what he wanted to do. He wanted to protect and serve, and he did exactly what he wanted to do his life.
But as you're leaving the flowers by the vehicle right behind us, what was going through your head?
It was a prayer for his family. So, that's what it was. It was just a prayer for him and his family.
Reynolds died after he was struck by a semi-truck while helping another person stranded on I-69.
He was helping somebody out. He wasn't pulling anybody over. He wasn't investigating anything. It's out of his own goodwill. He went to help someone out, and this happened. So he was doing it right to the end.
Reynolds died doing what he loved, serving and helping people. Reporting in Delaware County, I'm Kat Sandoval for Wish TV, wishtv.com.
The Delaware County Prosecutor's Office issued a statement on Reynolds' passing. The entire prosecutor's office extends our condolences to Blake's family, friends, and all who have worked with him in the Delaware County Sheriff's Department. IMPD also released a statement on social media saying, "Our thoughts are with the Delaware County Sheriff's Office and the family of Corporal Blake Reynolds, who was killed in the line of duty. His service and sacrifice will never be forgotten." Sports now. Colts running back Jonathan Taylor is the AFC's Offensive Player of the Week again. It's his third time that he's won the award this season. Comes off the heels of Taylor's dominant performance in Berlin, where he scored his 65th career rushing touchdown, breaking the franchise record. That record was long held by Hall of Famer Edgerrin James. Taylor totaled 244 rushing yards with 32 carries and scored 3 times for the 4th time this season. Colts beat the Falcons in overtime 31-25. They're off this week with a bye. Caitlin Clark's new player edition shoes from Kobe Bryant's signature line are out. They're called the Kobe 6 Protro PE by Caitlin Clark. You can get a pair for $200, at least while they last. Nike is set to release Clark's first official signature shoe line in 2026. Penny is officially retired after more than 230 years in production. U.S. produced the last few pennies ever to be minted yesterday. It comes after President Trump ordered the government to stop making the coin because it cost more than a penny's even worth. The coin came out in 1793. Back then, it could buy a biscuit, a candle, or a piece of candy. Billions are still in circulation, but new ones will no longer be made. The last few pennies minted yesterday have been auctioned off. With the colder months kicking in, doctors want you to know how to protect yourself from getting sick. Today's Health Spotlight, News 8's Gina Glaros has more on the vaccines experts say you should get now.
'Tis a season to be sick. The flu, common cold, RSV, and COVID-19, diseases to watch out for as the colder months arrive.
Well, adults should be always thinking about immunization in general.
But which vaccines are worth it? Last year's CDC estimates show that the flu season caused 40 million illnesses, 470,000 hospitalizations, and 28,000 deaths. So flu vaccines are a must.
It's necessary for preventing or reducing the symptoms.
A study showed that the flu vaccine can lower the chance of visiting a doctor for the flu by 40 to 60%. How about a COVID-19 vaccine?
Absolutely, they're pretty safe. There's always a case of allergies. That's always in the United States.
The FDA also approved this year's COVID booster. Another, the RSV vaccine. A study in the Lancet saw the vaccines were about 80% effective in preventing ICU admission and death among adults aged 60 and older. In the end, Dr. Wong strongly advises that vaccines that protect you against serious diseases are worth taking. Gina Glaros for Wish TV and wishtv.com.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and wishtv.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.